If you do not kill Maria, everything you've done will go public. Everything.
This is the stark reality of the game. It's player versus player, and sometimes you have to take someone else's life to save yours. Threats in this game can also come from any direction, whether it be law enforcement, those you're in business with, innocent people who are stuck in the middle, but also family and from those you love, which is why they say, blood doesn't make you family, loyalty does. In Season 3, Tariq will be reckoning with a betrayal from those closest to him and having to deal with a very similar scenario Ghost once did. So based on the official trailer for Season 3, Tariq will find himself at odds with both Brayden and Effie and tackling them in two different ways. But not only does Tariq have to reckon with the betrayal when it comes to Lauren's death, it seems like Effie's up to her usual tricks with Kane. But is this who Davis Maclean is talking about when he says she needs to go?
She has to go, Tariq.
Power Unknown throws major twists and turns, and the trailers are no different, where it seems like Tariq is closing in on Effie, and where it seems like Davis may be asking him to take her out. We can also make a case for a number of other characters, because Effie won't be Tariq's only threat. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down all the characters Davis may be warning Tariq about based on evidence, facts, and findings. So let's talk all things Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3. Now, one of the major focuses for Ghost Season 3 seems to be this RICO investigation that will be mounting into the entire drug enterprise, and not only will that put Tariq St Patrick in danger, but also many other Tejadas for a few different reasons. Monet's implicated in a few deaths, and so is Kane, and so is Tariq St Patrick. We also know about Blanca Rodriguez's history in power, and how she was never able to catch either Tommy or Ghost, even when dirty tricks were used by her and Cooper Saxe. But now it seems like she has her eyes firmly set on Tariq St Patrick, and someone else who seems to have her eyes on Tariq and the Tejadas is Jenny Sullivan.
You should take the L. Now you go after Tariq again, another loss could derail your career as a prosecutor. Just walk away while you still can.
Now Cooper Saxe did warn Jenny, he's been in her shoes before, and she'd be better off taking the L and moving on. Similar to Blanca Rodriguez, Saxe has lost countless of colleagues on his quest for justice, and the last thing he would want is to lose Jenny Sullivan, because he certainly knows how it goes for those who go after a St. Patrick. But it doesn't seem like Saxe has learned his lesson, and neither is he taking his own advice, because he is going to be working undercover for Jenny. So it seems like Jenny and Blanca Rodriguez may have something in common: put Tariq St Patrick behind bars. So with them digging deeper and building this case against him and the Tejadas, could Davis be asking Tariq to get rid of either Jenny or Blanca Rodriguez? Now, one thing we do need to bear in mind when it comes to killing members of law enforcement is that Ghost was always against the idea, and that's because it's one of their own. They come down hard, and they will do everything in their power to nail someone. So it's not always in the best interest to kill a member of law enforcement, and both Davis and Tariq St Patrick will know that. One of the major threats I believe Tariq and the Tejadas will come across is Evelyn.
But I hate that my boys have to pay for their father's sins, and I would hate for you to be in my position. Left behind to pick up the pieces of a broken family.
Consequences of the life.
Evelyn knows Frank's disappearance wasn't a coincidence, and she also mentioned that she has two boys, which is also something to bear in mind. We don't know how old they are and whether they could pose a threat, but Evelyn certainly can. She seems like she's not accepting the money that Monet gave to her to make her family whole, because no amount of money can bring back her father and her husband, and maybe she's asking for more. Maybe she wants a position in the Tejada organization so she can get inside information and give this RICO some solid evidence. It's just a question of how far she's willing to go to get justice for Frank. So could she pose a threat to Tariq St Patrick or the Tejadas, and could Davis be talking about Evelyn? Now in life and in the game, sometimes you have to be hurt to truly feel and learn a lesson, and this is the position I feel Tariq St Patrick is in at this moment in time. You can't just keep asking people to leave and pay them off like he did with Epiphany, because sooner or later it's gonna come back, similar to how Ghost Past came back to haunt him in Power with Maria Suarez. Now he never learned his lesson because he got away with it. Epiphany ran with the money, which is why Tariq attempted to do the same with Lauren, but also because he cared about her. But for a lesson to truly sink in and hurt, there needs to be consequences. There has to be pain. You have to suffer, because that's the only way you're gonna learn. So this time around, Effie did what needed to be done, And now this is a lesson that seems like it's hurt Tariq St Patrick, especially when it comes from someone he put his trust in.
Other than my mom, you're the only person I can trust at all.
This relationship is certainly built on lies and betrayal, and ongoing deception makes it difficult for partners to be open and honest, which often leads to a vicious cycle that's hard to escape, which is why Effie poses the biggest threat to Tariq St Patrick, and Kanan did warn Tariq, sometimes it's the ones you love the most.
You know, sometimes it's the ones you love the most.
Now it is important to remember, the only people who can betray us are the ones we trust, and Tariq definitely has put a lot of trust in Effie. He said that besides his mother, she is the only one who he can really trust, but we all know different, and really, so should Tariq St Patrick. Effie is a character who's betrayed Tariq not just once, but twice, and he certainly is digging deep into Lauren's death. Something that no doubt Tariq will get to the bottom of, and when he does, what does this do to his relationship with Effie? What impact does it have on their organization? And how does Effie react? These are two characters who are very similar, and when push comes to shove, it's player versus player in this game, and we all know what Tariq does when he has no choice, and I guess the same could be said about Effie, which was reaffirmed when she killed Lauren. Now, not only will this betrayal come to light, but Effie is also someone who's working with Kane behind Tariq's back, and that's another dilemma in itself. How and why these two characters are back working together, we're not sure yet, but are we surprised? So is it beyond reasonable doubt to think Davis is asking Tariq St Patrick to get rid of Effie? Now, one of Tariq's biggest threats, but someone who I highly doubt Davis is talking about, is Noma. It seems like Tariq will be taking Mecca's place as the new distro, and I think we all know how this goes, especially because Tariq, he wants out the game. Tariq will eventually have to take out Noma, similar to how Ghost had to take out Felipe Lobos, Milan, and Jason Michich. But not only do I think Noma will be around until at least season 4, when and if Tariq does take out Noma, this will plunge him even deeper into the game. So do I think Davis is speaking about Noma? I highly doubt it, not on this occasion. Now, very similar to Tariq and Effie, Monet and Diana are two characters who are very much alike, and are also characters who look out for what's best for themselves. In season 2, Diana cleverly used a powdered sugar move to get a meeting with Davis Maclean, which she then used to free Lorenzo. She then got her wish to go to college, but not the college she'd hoped, although I do think we may see that change in season 3. But when she realizes Tariq's in a relationship with Effie, she'll move on to someone else, but no doubt for the benefit of herself. Which was actually a piece of advice from Effie. But do I think Diana poses a threat to Tariq St Patrick to the point where Davis tells him that she needs to go? I'm not so sure. And the same goes for Monet Tejada. Monet is a character who needs to change her strategy now that Zeke is dead. She needs to find a new way out of the game, and she'll be relying on Tariq more than ever before, as well as Davis. I can see Monet approaching Davis to find out who is the man behind Zeke's death, and even asking Tariq St Patrick for help. And it does seem like they're going to be in partnership again in season 3. Now, we can't rule out that Davis isn't talking about either Monet or Diana, but based on the trailer and the evidence, facts, and findings, I do think it points to one person, Effie. Now, we do need to bear in mind, Power do love to throw us surprises, so where we can make a case for all the characters we've just been through, it could be someone completely new and someone who poses a threat in a different way. For example, Sierra was a character who caught Zeke on camera being taken away by Detective Whitman early in season 2, as well as selling the story to a major sports outlet. So I'm just using this as an example to show how there could be an external threat from other parties at any given stage. So it's not a full-gone conclusion that Davis is talking about Effie, because Power do love to throw us a major twist. But based on the characters we've just been through, I think we can establish one thing. The person that Davis will be asking Tariq to get rid of poses a threat to his safety or knows way too much information where they could betray him or put him in jail. So in similar fashion to how Joe Proctor once told Ghost, we're gonna see Davis indirectly telling Tariq to kill. So let me know who you think it could be. Could it be Blanca Rodriguez or Jenny Sullivan? Could it be Monet or Diana? Or based on the trailer, is it time up for Effie? Drop all your thoughts down below in the comment section. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.